You may remember how avaricious and aggressive these feathery companions can be if you have ever fed a group of pigeons or seagulls. Indeed, it is generally known that seagulls will steal goodies from visitors, and pigeons will not hesitate to demand their treats. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. A fisherman demonstrates that bald eagles behave far better than their lesser avian counterparts in a 2013 video from Dutch Harbor, Alaska, as he throws handful after handful of shrimp onto the deck and the enormous birds of prey devour them. With only one video, Jesse Peck swept the globe. Nevertheless, his fearlessness soon became more than he could manage. One day, Jesse came upon a group of bald eagles. Although this is a lovely boon, the setting nevertheless has ominous overtones. Jesse would quickly learn that the bald eagle is one of the greatest birds of prey, not a timid, benign creature. Fisherman Jesse Peck is the owner of several boats. Since he frequently had delicious scraps of the day's catch lying about, he was accustomed to birds occasionally visiting his deck. However, he had never seen more than a few eagles at once. One day, though, a whole flock started to encircle and ominously descend on one of his boats. Jesse was utterly stunned, and he did the unthinkable as the birds closed in. Jesse had spent years fishing. He had therefore become used to birds stopping by his boat, but he had never before seen so many eagles in one place. About 20 birds were sitting over his boat, and he could easily count them. This really was something to see. The animals were so gorgeous that Jesse was amazed. However, man's admiration for the bald eagle was not new. The eagle became endangered as a result of the initial incident. The bald eagle was hunted for sport for a long time. People wanted to get their hands on one of the magnificent birds since they made excellent gaming trophies. As a result, the eagle was a part of hunting season, to the extent that its population started to decline. But it wasn't the only issue. There were several reasons why the eagles were endangered, and the second one would force them to soar to the endangered species list. The bald eagle species had its first significant decrease in the late 1800s. You see, they were considered pests despite being the national bird. Bald eagles were infamous for stealing chickens and other small animals from farms. The hunter now became the prey as farmers soon started to despise the bird. One by one, the eagles were shot down by farmers, and their numbers started to decline. The eagle's future seems bleak. For many years, the bald eagle was eradicated. Congress didn't take anything to save the bird until the 1940s. The Bald Eagle Protection Act was enacted in 1940. Hunting and killing the bird became unlawful as a result. The eagle then started to flourish again, although only for a short time. The eagle's way of existence started to be invaded by something darker than farmers. Therefore, while not directly, farmers were complicit in the second eagle cull. You see, a pesticide called DDT was introduced on the market in 1950. As farmers sprayed their crops in the expectation of a higher harvest, this soon gained popularity. However, the eagle suffered greatly as a result. The eagle's diet started to contain DDT. As a result, the bird started to decline again until an amazing event occurred. Once more, it took a long time to move against the eagle's menace. Only then was a dangerous legislation passed. A contentious proposal to outlaw the use of DDT in the United States was made by the Environmental Protection Agency. Only 452 nesting pairs of bald eagles were known to be remaining at the time. Jesse Peck was aware that the bird has had difficulty repopulating since then. As Jesse approached his boat, he was astounded to see that a whole group of bald eagles had landed on it. This surprised him. The birds did not appear to move as he got closer. They were completely unfazed by his presence. Jesse tentatively picked up a pail of food leftovers. The birds approached slowly. Jesse became overconfident as a result, but he then made the unimaginable decision. The birds were suddenly captivated by Jesse. He had what they were wanting, they realized. They quickly gathered on the terrace to get their fair portion of the leftovers. Jesse became aware that he was in a feeding frenzy. It didn't disturb him, though. He appeared remarkably composed, even confident. However, his assurance turned into a danger. When Jesse did one thing, he took his own life. He lapsed into a delusion of peace. He thought the birds really didn't intend any damage to him. He became arrogant as a result, though. Jesse made a crazy mistake and held out a piece of fish to an eagle in one of his lapses of judgment. Although they are wild animals, eagles have not been known to harm humans. Even though flesh may be torn apart with a single beak snap, Jesse chose to risk fate. Amazingly, the eagles did not respond to Jesse. They refused to move despite the fact that he had what they desired in the palm of his hand. Years of mistreatment seems to have cemented their faith in humanity after all. Jesse was surprised by this and kept just throwing the scraps to the birds. Amazingly, Jesse had captured the whole thing on camera. Fortunately, one of his colleagues had brought a camera, and Jesse created a video montage devoted to the incredible event. But he was surprised by the reaction when he uploaded this on YouTube. The video has received millions of views so far. This just serves to highlight how much his actions are respected and valued. People were inspired by Jesse's video. He illuminated the bald eagle's splendor and demonstrated how one individual may have a significant impact on the bird's survival. Below his video, there were amazing comments. Even authorization to post the video on their many social media channels was sought by the Weather Channel. Thousands of people watched the film and were inspired overall. What did it all imply for Jesse, though? Jesse still roams the seas and intends to keep feeding and forming relationships with the eagles. For many people, this was a once-in-a-lifetime chance that they would have to give up for. However, Jesse was fortunate enough to see the wonder of the eagles. For him, it was just another day on an Alaskan fishing boat, and it was all part of his job. For the world, however, it was a heartfelt and humble act. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.